Today we'll be creating water droplets on a soda can. If you want to learn how to create this soda can, please click on the link in the description. Also, if you want to download this model, click on the link in the description to download this model from CG Trader. Now let's get started. Press Shift A to add in a cube. Move this cube to the side. Press Shift X to set cursor toward origin. With the cube selected, press Ctrl 2 to add in a subdivision surface modifier. Go to the Modifiers tab and increase the viewport level to 3. Right-click to shade the smooth. Next, let's scale this cube down by 0.2. Press the period key to zoom in. With this cube selected, press Tab to enter edit mode. Press A to select everything. Now we're going to duplicate this cube 2 times. Press Shift D to duplicate. Press Shift D again to duplicate. Press A to select everything. Press P to separate these by loose parts. Let's tab out of edit mode. In object mode, you will notice that these cubes are now separate objects. Now we're going to select the cubes, holding Shift. Press Tab to enter edit mode. Next, we're going to press A to select the cubes. Press numpad 7 to view this from the top view. Now we're going to scale this in the y-axis. Press X and Y to scale in the y-axis, just a little bit. Next, we're going to select the top of this middle cube, this particular one. Using the Move tool, we're going to move this in the z-axis. Press X to scale this in just a little bit to create water droplet shape. Select this particular one, the bottom. Let's press X to scale this out just a little bit. Press L to select the third cube we have right here. Press Ctrl R to add in a loop cut. Press 1 to go to vertex mode. Let's scale this in just a little bit. Let's enable this X-ray mode at the top right corner. And let's both select these top vertices. Press S to scale this in just a little bit. So now we have actually created 3 water droplet shapes that we're going to use on our soda can. So let's press Tab to exit edit mode. Next, we're going to select these 3 water shapes using Shift. Right-click to set origin to geometry. Now let's move them together a little bit. Then we're going to select these cubes again, these water droplet shapes that we just created. We're going to select them in object mode. Press M on your keyboard to put this in a collection. So we're going to name this water droplets. So let's go to our outliner. So this is the water droplets that we just created. Next, select the soda can. Press Tab to enter edit mode. Now we're going to select the areas we want the droplets to appear using the L and C selection mode. So I'm going to use the L key to select this particular area, and I'm going to use the C selection mode to select these top areas. Once you are done selecting, press the escape key to exit this selection mode. So I'm going to go to the bottom and I'm going to use the C selection mode to select these areas as well. Once you're done selecting, go to your object data properties, add in a vertex group and click on Assign. Next, press Tab to exit edit mode. We're going to select our soda can and add the cube particles to it. So let's select the soda can. Let's go to our particles properties. Give it a new particle system. Change the emitter to air. On the emission setting, let's reduce the number to 400. Let's scroll down to the render setting. Let's change path to collection. On the collection setting, let's add in the water droplets that we just created. Let's scroll up and enable this advanced setting right here. Scroll down to the rotation setting. and enable it. Now we're going to change the orientation axis. Go to the render setting, increase the scale randomness just a little bit, then increase the scale. If you notice, we still have droplets on this area, so let's scroll down to our vertex group and let's select this group right here. So next, we can also randomize this by increasing the value of the seed right here. So next, we will be adding drips to our soda can. So I'm going to add in a single vert or a plane. Press Shift A to add in a single vert, or let's add in a plane. In edit mode, let's move this up in the Z axis. Then press M to match this at the center. Now we're going to extrude this single vert in the Z axis. Press E and Z to extrude this in the Z axis. Next, press Tab to go to object mode. Now we're going to right click. Let's convert this to curve. This is already a curve, so we have already converted this to a curve. So I'm going to tab into edit mode. Let's bring this down. So we're going to be aligning this to our object. So choose a position where we want the drips to come down from. So we're going to place this right here. So next, I'm going to extrude this down. So let's bring this out. Press the E key to extrude this in the Z axis. While doing this, make sure you are aligning it well with your object. So let's extrude again. Press E to extrude. So let's align this very well. We're going to tab out of edit mode. Go to your curve data properties. On the geometry section, let's go to the bevel setting and let's increase the depth to 0.02. Okay, I think that's pretty cool. So let's tab out of edit mode and let's bring this out. Now on the curve settings, we're going to click on these fill caps right here. Let's tab out of edit mode. We're going to press Ctrl 2 to add in a subdivision surface modifier. So in edit mode, we're going to press Alt X to scale this in. So we're going to be extruding this and we're going to move this in the Y axis. So this is to make it look like it's coming from the top. Next, let's extrude and align this to our objects. I'm going to select these two and subdivide. So the other ways you can also do this, you can also use the draw tool right here to draw the drips where you want it to be on your object. So I'm going to undo, press Ctrl Z to undo. So I'm going to use Alt X to resize this. I'm going to use Alt X to resize this a little bit and let's move this out. So we're going to press A to select everything and we're going to press Shift D to duplicate this. Then we can move this to any axis of our choice and align it with our objects. So we have the drips down here again. So I'm going to select this one and I'm going to extrude it down. Press E to extrude this down. Then let's press Alt S to scale this out. Next, I'm going to select this one again. Press L to select and I'm going to press Shift D to duplicate and place it on another angle. I'm going to align it with our soda can. So right now, we actually have 3 drips on our soda can. So you can create as many drips as you want using this method. Next, we are going to animate these drips. Select these curves and tab into edit mode. Press L to select and press P to separate. Let's do the same to this one. Press L to select and P to separate. In object mode, let's go to our curve data properties. Right here, let's go to the start and end mapping. So we're going to be adding our first keyframe. Let's change the end value to 0. Then let's add in a keyframe. Next, let's go to frame 80. Let's change the end value to 1. And let's add in another keyframe. So when you play this is how it's going to show. So next, we're going to do the same to this one. We're going to change the end value to 0. And we're going to be adding a keyframe. Then let's go to frame 70. And let's change the end value to 1, adding another keyframe right here. Let's do the same to this one as well. Let's go to the first frame and let's change the value to 0. Then let's add in a keyframe. Then let's head to frame 50 right here and let's change the end value to 1, add in another keyframe. So when you play this is how the drapes are going to show on your object. So you can add as many drapes as you want on your object. So let's add materials to this. So I'm going to press Z to switch to material preview. Then let's select our cube and let's go to our materials tab and give it a new material. Let's change the roughness to 0.02 and the IOR value to 1.33. Then let's go to our transmission setting and let's change the value to 1. So let's name this material to water droplets. So I'm going to select this one and I'm going to add in the same materials to them. Let's select our curves and let's give them the same water material. So once you have done that, this is how it's going to be looking. So let's play this and see how it looks. So I'm going to press Z and go to render. So this is still on Eevee, so let's switch from Eevee to Cycles. So let's change the device to GPU. Then I'm going to enable my light setup right here. I'm going to enable them. And then I'm also going to enable my background plane. So this is what this looks in the rendered view. So next, if you want to render this, once you have already set up your lights and your camera, if you want to render this, you're going to go to your output tab right here. Then on this output setting, you're going to select where you want this file to be on your system. Next, on the file format, you're going to select whether you want to render as a PNG or as a video. So we're going to render this as a video. Next, we're going to go to the encoding. So you're going to select the one that is compatible with your system right here. We're going to go to the output quality and we're going to select high quality. Next, we're going to change the encoding speed to real time, or you can just leave it as good. So once you have done this, you're going to go to render and you're going to render this as an animation. Thank you for watching this video. If it was helpful, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hope to see you in my next video.